So today I'm going to be making my own custom harness bar. Now this is how my harnesses are currently ran. They just go straight to the stock rear seatbelt positions and there's no harness bar, which I know drives a lot of you guys crazy. You guys are always telling me I'm going to compress my spine and everything. But I'm not complaining. It's good that you all are looking out for my safety. People make mistakes and I make a ton of mistakes. However, I would like to say that is how Kaale actually recommends hooking up harnesses without a roll cage or harness bar, and it's actually considered safe. However, that being said, harness bars definitely add a lot of safety to the car, and the reason I don't have one is because I was planning to roll cage the car. Now that fell through, so now it is time to make my own custom harness bar. So to do this, I'm going to be using a few things. First and foremost, I'm going to be using steel tubing and steel plate, and I'm also going to be using some grade 8 hardware. Now for those of you who don't know, most harness bars just connect here at the stock seatbelt position. I have a bar that comes back and then goes around behind the seats. Now from that bar you'll have typically metal rods or something along those lines that'll go down from the bar here and then connect to the floor or a transmission tunnel. So I'm going to be doing something similar to that. I'm going to have the steel plate come off of this bolt. It'll come back to here and a bar will go across, and then from that bar I'm going to have a steel plate going to about here. I'm going to drill a hole and connect it with that hardware. You might not fully understand it at the moment, but you'll see it come together and it'll start to make sense. But now we can finally get started. So now that I got the brackets done, you can see how I'm going to run this. Now you can see I did attach it to the stock seatbelt position and then to another point down lower. This triangulates it and should make it extremely strong, no flex or anything. But it is looking a bit rough right now. I'm going to round off that corner and make everything smooth and nice looking, but I'm going to run a pipe from that corner all the way to here, which should put it about here. The harnesses are right where it should be as far as that's concerned. But now let's get started on that. So now that we have the harness bar done, we'll test fit it and hope everything lines up. So thankfully it went in really easy, and this is how it's going to sit in the car. As you can see, it sits just below shoulder level, which is exactly where you want it to be. You do not want it to be equal or above, so placement is pretty good. So now that we know that it fits, I'm going to take it out and throw some paint on it. Alright, so now that I got it all painted up, I can throw it in the car and see how it looks. So here it is in the car. Now this thing is completely sturdy. No matter how much you try to move this thing, it's not going to move at all. I actually buckled myself into the harnesses and yanked as hard as I could, and there was absolutely no flex. Now a lot of people will hook their harnesses directly to this bar. They'll loop it and then it'll just stop right here. But I'm just going to continue going to the rear seatbelt positions. I just feel better that way. So I'm going to leave it like that, and eventually I'll get a roll cage, and then I'll probably secure the harnesses to the bar. But overall, this definitely is a lot safer, and not to mention it actually looks really cool in the car. But that's my harness bar, and I'm sure a lot of you will be happy to see me put one in there. You guys are always telling me I need one, and I finally have one. But I definitely know it'll make the car a lot safer, and I do feel better having it in there. And it only cost me like $30 or $40 to make, and I have a ton of material left over, and I'm already scheming stuff to do with it. But let me know what you guys think of it. If you like it, if you don't, just let me know. But as always, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And until then, guys.